Hi, welcome back to Tom's Live. Today's Sunday special is homemade croquettes with a red onion chutney. So the ingredients you need is a bag of potatoes, 1 pack of bacon, 2 red onions, 2 eggs, breadcrumbs, red wine vinegar, balsamic vinegar, salt and ground black pepper. So you also need a block of cheese and brown sugar. So first step, we're going to prep our potatoes. So first step, you're going to peel your potatoes. You're just going to move your peeler up and down, peeling all the skin. Just be careful you don't get your fingers stuck in the blade. And if the skin gets stuck, just give it a tap on the chopping board. So you just want to go all the way round carefully. You want to get all the skin off. So you just keep moving it till you get all the skin off. Then we'll chop them and boil these while you're prepping your filling. But we're just peeling the skin off first. And like I do, I'm just giving it a little tap on the chopping board. Just moving your peeler up and down, turning it around. So once you've peeled all your potatoes, you're going to first chop them in half, and then you're just going to chop them in half again like that. So what we're doing, we're just chopping them into fours, just like that. You want to move your fingers out the way when you're chopping them. Just like that. As you can see, I've got the pan here. I have put some hot water in, and you just carefully want to add them in to your pan. And then you'll finish off doing your potatoes, and then we'll boil these so they're nice and soft, and then we'll mash them. So next step, you want to switch your hob on. You want to set it to high. And as you can see, I put my lid on. We got all our potatoes in there. And now we just want to steam and boil our potatoes for 10 to 15 minutes. Now you want to prep your filling. You first want to prep your bacon. So what you're going to do is you're just going to chop it into 3 pieces, one way, just like that. You're going to keep it all together. You're going to turn it around, and you just want to finely slice it into little pieces. This will go inside your croquettes. I'm adding bacon to give it a bit of meat flavour with cheese, but you can also just do cheese croquettes for people who are vegetarian. So we're just finely slicing our bacon while our potatoes are boiling. Just like that. You get a little bowl. You place them all in, and you do your other half of bacon. So next step, we're going to start grating our cheese. So you're going to use half a block, and you just want to move it up and down the grater. Move your fingers out the way so they don't catch them on the blade. So you're just moving the cheese up and down, and when you nearly get to the end, you bring your fingers and knuckles in. So you're just moving it up and down, turning it. So we just keep moving it till you finish all your cheese. And then you'll sprinkle this in to your potatoes when you've mashed them, your bacon and seasoning. and you'll make them into little croquettes. So next step, we're going to start making our ingredients for the red onion chutney. So you're first going to get 2 red onions, you're going to trim the ends. Then I like to flatten it, so it's more easy to chop. Chop it down the middle. Then you want to trim the other ends. Peel 2 layers of the skin off, just like that. Do the same with the other half. And then we're just going to finely slice this. We're going to finely slice them one way and then the other way. Now you first want to finely slice them, not all the way through. Just like that. Then you want to turn them around, and then you just want to finely slice them really thinly. Go all the way through with your knife. Be careful to move your fingers out the way. Just like that. I'll show you again. So you're first slicing them really fine, but not going all the way through the knife. Turning them round, and then you're just doing little fine slices. Give it some force, so it all goes through the knife. Just like that. Then you're going to get the mixing bowl. You place them all in, just like that, and we do the same with our other red onion. You'll need 2 red onions to make 3 portions of red onion chutney. So as you can see, I'm starting to mash my potatoes, so you want to give them a good mash so they get nice and smooth. You give them a good mash for a few minutes. So it can start to go nice and soft and get all the lumps out. And then you add in your cheese and bacon. Then you'll give that all a good stir with some seasoning. And then you'll roll them up into little croquettes. You'll beat your egg, and then you'll coat them in egg, then breadcrumbs, and then we'll place them on a baking tray. We'll cook them in the oven, but you can also fry them if you want to do that. That is optional. But we're just finishing off mashing our potatoes first before we adding our filling. Now you want to start adding in your cheese. And also your bacon. And then we want to give this a good bind in together, in with your mash. Then we add in some seasoning. And then when it's cool enough, we'll make them into little croquettes. But first we're just adding in our cheese and bacon into our mashed potato. You could just do cheese if you're a vegetarian, and you can also do bacon if you like a bit of meat, but it's optional. Now you want to add in a little bit of seasoning, starting off with a little bit of salt. And a little bit of ground black pepper. Just to season your potatoes, cheese and bacon. Shake that all off your hands. and give that a good stir in. You're going to get everything off the wooden spoon, and you're just going to get your hands in. Might be a little bit warm, so just be careful. You just want to mash it all together. So bring it, bind it, get everything off the sides. So you're just binding it all well together with your hand. And then you let this cool down, and then you'll take little pieces of your filling, your potato in filling, and roll them into a shape, and then you'll coat them in egg and breadcrumbs. Now you want to crack 2 eggs. You first break them down the middle. So you just give them a crack, drop it in. Once there's no shell go in, then you do it again. Now you just want to give your eggs a little whisk for a minute or 2. For your wet ingredients, for your potato. Then you've got your breadcrumbs here in a bowl. Just do this for another minute till your eggs finally broke together. So what you want to do is you want to get a bit of potato filling. You want to roll it out into a croquette shape. Just take a little bit off, because you want to make quite a few, and you just put it in a nice shape. That's a good quantity. Then you're going to coat it in your egg. Just a little delicate coat, shake some of it off, and then you do the same with breadcrumbs. You just give it a little quick coat. Then you shake some off. So we've got our tray here with some paper parchment. You're going to place them next to each other. You're going to leave a small gap, and you'll keep doing them till you fill your full tray. So next step, I'm going to switch on my oven, using my bumpons to tell me which one is the oven. You want to set this at 180 degrees. So I have set that at 180 degrees. Let that just preheat. As you can see, the recipe today makes 16 croquettes with cheese and bacon inside. So when your oven is nicely hot, we're going to put them in the oven to cook for 15 to 20 minutes while we make our onion chutney. Now you want to place your croquettes in the oven. Just like that. You want to close the door. Let them cook for 15 to 20 minutes so they go nice and golden while you make your onion chutney, and keep an eye on them. So you now want to switch your hob back on to high. You want to get a small pan, place that on the ring. When it gets hot, you want to start frying your red onions to make your red onion chutney. So you now want to put all your red onions in the pan. And then what you want to do is you want to get them all out. And then you just want to start stirring them for quite a few minutes, so they start to go nice and golden, but not too golden. Then we add in our brown sugar and our vinegars, and then some seasoning, so our red onions can soften and go nice and sweet. This will bring out flavour. Just do this for a few minutes till you can hear it starting to sizzle. Now you want to add in all your brown sugar. This will be about 100 grams, what you've got left. And then what you want to do is you just want to stir that in with the red onions. Might start to stick to the pan a little bit, but we just want to glaze the pan with the sugar and red onions for a minute. Then we add in our red wine vinegar. You want to add a few splashes of red wine vinegar. That's enough. That's like 100 mils. And then you want to carefully just give that a little bit of a stir into your red onions and sugar. And we just want that to start making our red onion chutney with the red onions, sugar, and then in a minute we add in our balsamic vinegar. We're adding 50 mils of that, and before we put the lid on to let it reduce and thicken into like a red onion chutney, we'll season. So you now want to add in 50 mils of balsamic vinegar. Not a lot, but just enough. And then you give this a little bit of a stir. You want to add in a little bit of seasoning, starting with a bit of ground salt. And a little bit of ground black pepper. Shake that off your hands. Just give that a little bit of a stir in. And then in a minute, you'll put your lid on. You'll lower the heat to medium. And you'll just keep an eye on this so it can thicken. You're going to place your lid on. Just like that. And now you're going to lower it to medium. Just like that. So this is how you make my homemade croquettes with onion chutney. I hope you like this recipe. Keep hitting the like button, share and subscribe, and thank you.